guys, Sam here! And I realize it's been a while since I've actually filmed anything new. I make a lot of videos at once so that if I'm busy, I can still keep up with uploading. I'm gonna tilt this a little bit. Yeah. Welcome to a new series called Things I Like. I'm actually doing this so that I can focus more on the positive things that happen in my life. I am someone who focuses on negative stuff so much. Like, I could have the best week in the world, and if one little bad thing happens that week, I look at the whole week as a terrible situation. So this is something that I'm kind of doing for myself, but I'm also kind of doing because I like to share things with you, so this is a really good opportunity to do both things. In honor of the first Things I Like video, I'm wearing my favorite hat and one of my favorite shirts. First thing I'd like to talk about are sketchbooks. Now, I've always done a lot of sketching, but I always kind of either lose track of them or they're too big for me to fit in my purse or whatever I have with me at the time. And it's really frustrating because I'll just be sitting somewhere and I'll be like, man, I really want to draw on something, so I'll just take a napkin or whatever is available for me to draw on. And I've been doing this for years and it finally hit me. Hey, Sam, buy a smaller sketchbook. So last month I purchased this. I'm not gonna look through it because this one's a little sad. Maybe I'll show you my favorite drawing from in here. Okay. Let me show you the other one. So I bought this sketchbook just for me to sketch randomly. This sketchbook I bought for more serious finished works, things that actually are finished, you know. So the reason this is on my September favorites is because this is kind of, I just started doing this last month. I mean, I've always been sketching my entire life, but I finally started carrying them with me because I thought of the very obvious solution to buy smaller sketchbooks. So if you haven't thought of it, give it a try. If you have, you can nod your head at me as much as you want. So I don't know if you noticed, but I dye my hair. Quick Blue by L'Oreal is a huge favorite of mine, and I just started using it recently and I love it. I mean, I used it in May technically, but I got good at it in September, so it counts for September. And I use this 30 volume with it. Isn't it? Wow, it's so cold. This is actually what I really wanted to talk about for this month, because this I actually purchased and used in September. Ion Color Brilliance. And this is like the cheapest, best hair dye I've ever purchased in my life. Now I'm gonna, planes! So now I'm gonna go into the media part of the video. There's 3 things I'd like to talk about. Okay, so, I started watching Akame ga Kill and Gurren Lagann. And what I like about this show is that, I don't know, I'm really attached to the characters, I'm really attached to the story. I like its serious feel, but it also has its moments of being really funny. And I mean, I realize that's a really broad description because a lot of shows are like that, but I think what's so addicting is the whole night raid situation where it's a group of people who are wanted and they are assassins, but they do it for good. And there's always like that moment where you're like, you shouldn't kill people, but your motives make so much sense and you just want to keep finding out about their motives and what makes them fight and why this is so important to them, and I love that. That's kind of that show. Gurren Lagann, definitely I didn't like as much, but I still liked it. I'm really into the whole mechanical suit thing. If that's, I forgot what they're called. Wow. That's a really shallow reason to like that show. I like the mecha suits. Now into the video game. I'm super late with this video game. I'm sorry, but Catherine. And I didn't actually play this game myself. I actually watched a playthrough of PewDiePie playing Catherine, and I was instantly hooked. I love stories like this. And I love video games with multiple endings. They are the greatest. And what I love is that the actual puzzle part of the game, the part where you're moving around the blocks and everything, I love it. It's such an interesting thing to do. And I really loved the bar scene. Just, you know, that's kind of the hub, not the hub world, I shouldn't say hub world. It's definitely the default place where you can find out more information. And it was just so comfortable and cozy. Okay, well, next thing. So September is a big month for me and Zach because our anniversary is on September 5th. And this past September, we just celebrated 6 years together. So we went for a day in the city on September 5th, which was luckily on a Saturday. We went to go see the Broadway play that I have been waiting to see since I was a very little girl because I am the biggest fan of ABBA. Mamma Mia! I mean, if you know the movie already, you kind of know the story. It's about a girl who has a wedding, right? And she wants to find her dad, so she sends out 3 letters to 3 different guys that all show up, and it's really awkward and funny. And they actually ended up doing kind of a concert at the end of the show where all the actresses came out and performed all these ABBA songs in this huge like concert setting after the show was over, and I started to cry so much. You know what's so interesting? I actually crossed off 2 Broadway bucket list entries this past 2015. I saw Wicked in January of 2015, and I saw Mamma Mia in September of 2015. 2015 was a good Broadway year for me, and I feel actually this video series is kind of already doing what I wanted it to do. I actually feel really positive about this past month, and that's kind of why I'm doing this. So this has been really awesome. I'll see you next time.